ITSE 2309, this is going to be dealing with Chapter 10. Okay, here's a scenario. Chapter 10 has an interesting title. It's called Transaction Management and Concurrency Control. Nice title, but what does that mean? I've struggled with this over the years, and this is the scenario that I've come up with. It seems to be a situation where students can understand. So it's the holiday season, it's Christmas. You're at your favorite department store and you're buying Christmas items for the whole family, and you get to the cashier, the register, and you're sitting there, all of a sudden you see it's $895 and something cents. Okay, no problem. You whip out your credit card, you sit there and you swipe it, and you sit there and grin and bear it while you're buying Christmas for all your nieces and uncles and whatever. And you do that, you sign it, and you do okay. Just about the time when you do okay and you put the pin back in the little holder, the lights in the building kind of flicker and go dark. The emergency lights come on. And it stays dark for about a minute. Then all of a sudden the lights come back on. Everybody's happy because the power's back on, because there was a storm outside during the holiday season. So you're sitting there, and then all of a sudden the cashier says, "I'm sorry, could you please run your credit card again?" And you sit there going, holy moly. You know, I just hit that button where I just committed to $895 and they want me to run this thing again? So the question is, what kind of confidence do you have that there has been a transaction process that has some kind of control on it? Now, let's kind of look at the scenario. Okay, so you have the cash register, right? Okay, that's a computer. That computer inside is going to talk to the computer inside the store. All right? Now, that is going to talk to the computer that's at the district, whatever. Okay, so you have a credit card. Now, from here, it's going to go to the credit card company. Now, the credit card company, usually the credit cards are issued by a bank or a credit union. For the purpose of this, let's just consider a credit union. So you have your credit card company, and they're going to check with your credit union. All right? Now, the credit union is going to look at your account to see if you're within balance. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 6 different computing elements that have to kind of work together. Ever understand that one? Okay, so what we have is we now have, this is called a transaction. And we're going to have a control, we're going to have some kind of control that's going to make sure that all this stuff happens as a unit. Everyone buy into that? Okay, so this chapter talks about how we're going to consider this a logical unit of work that has to succeed or fail as a unit. And then we're going to look at all the steps that are involved to develop this thing. And then one of the issues with the control on this is that you have either lost data that you have to figure out, where might data go in this process? If there is an interruption, what happens to the lost data? You may also have uncommitted data that you have to deal with. What do you do with partial information? Now, so you also have inconsistent stuff. Now, we all know that a database in the prior chapter has to be consistent or inconsistent. It's either all working or it's not working, and there's no in between. So part of this process is to look at all the items that have to work together as a team to make sure that you don't get double billed. And it can be as simple as that somewhere along the line there's a program that says that in no situation can you have 2 transactions that are very small in a time element apart that have the same value. So what you would do is you would either delete the first or accept the second, or not accept anyone and require the whole process to continue afresh. So this is what we're talking about, where we consider all these items a transaction. Not just this. All of these have to work in harmony together as a unit for the scenario to work. And that's what Chapter 10 talks about. The ability to have transaction and concurrency control. That concludes Chapter 10.